Hi everyone! So today's video is a little different from my usual videos because we are going to make some healthy and easy home-cooked fresh pets meal for my two dogs. I have a 15-year-old Beagle and a 10-year-old Formosan Mountain dog, and we have been making them fresh food for the past few years. So sometimes about every 2 weeks we would do some variations to this recipe. For example, I will switch up the meat or vegetables, and I will talk more about this later. But today I'm going to show you the basic version, and the dogs absolutely love it. Before, they used to have this amazing pet food brand called Pet's Table, and because now we live in Taipei, so they're not able to have Pet's Table anymore. So we decided to make our own. The reason why we started feeding him fresh food is because my Beagle is allergic to gluten. It's a long story, but when he was 2 months old, he was actually rescued from an animal testing laboratory. So at first we were feeding him kibble diet when he was a baby, and we realized that he would get random skin allergies from time to time. So we dug deeper and looked into all different types of food and diets for dogs, and we realized that raw and fresh pet food can be very healthy for your dogs. And we actually saw a very big improvement on my dog. For example, his coat were shinier, he just seemed very happy and healthier overall. So home-cooked food is actually more time-consuming, but we love them so much, so we just want to make sure that they're fed the best food and they're happy and healthy. So we usually cook out every Sunday, and we cooked about 5 days of them out. We will store them in the freezer. So it's very important that your dog has a balanced diet. And with this recipe, we use about 50% of meat, about 10% of organs, and 37.5% of fruit and vegetables, and 2.5% of grains. We're also adding some supplements that I will be talking about later, and we also adding some other foods such as egg, avocados, and apple in their usual daily diet. So there are a total of 6,000 grams of food here for 5 days portions for my two dogs. So for meat, we have some ground beef from Costco, and we have some chicken breasts also from Costco. So on to organs. Here we've got some already cooked ones. We have some pork kidney, pig heart, pork liver, pork belly, and some chicken gizzard. They actually don't sell organs at supermarkets anymore, so we get them from local marketplace. Next we go to fruits and vegetables. So here we have some potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots, broccoli, pumpkin, and some organic kale from Costco. Each provides different sources of vitamins, minerals, prebiotics, and fibers. And sometimes we switch to kidney beans, which is very rich in proteins, or cabbage that's very high in vitamin C and K, or zucchinis, or spinach, or chickpeas. That's actually a very good one because it has a very rich source of protein, dietary minerals, and fiber. And we also use tofu sometimes. So next on to grams, we have about 150 grams of quinoa here. And basically you just place it over a medium heat for about 15 to 20 minutes. So let's get started. Now we're going to cut everything into pieces. Now we're going to put them into the high-speed blender to blend them. And if you don't have this at home, you can also use water to boil them. Now we're going to mix everything together and put them into the steamer. And because we have a lot of stuff, so we're going to do them 3 times separately. And ground beef. Before we put them into the steamer, we would add a little bit of salt. Just about a teaspoon of amount. And we would also add some chia seed and turmeric powder. And lastly, some coconut oil for vitamin E. And sometimes we'll switch to fish oil for omega-3. done, and we are just going to let it chill for a little bit before we divide them into these plastic bags. So we're going to put about 150 grams per bag, and of course the amount of grams you put into this bag depends on the weight of your dog. So this is the amount for one dog per meal, and we're just going to do the same for the rest of the food. And afterwards we can store them in freezer and then just reheat them after before feeding your dogs. If you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next time.